Last year I had a great idea for Halloween. My better half tends not to be too keen on me doing this after I bit off more than I could chew a few years ago and got just a little bit frustrated when it didn't work. However, this one wasn't too difficult and I left enough time for it. I wanted a doll that would just sit there looking all happy, all cute, and then as someone approached it, it would give different messages depending on how far away they were, then finally get bored with them and go to sleep. While it tested okay in the house, it really didn't like being outdoors for some reason, and I spent so long trying to sort it that the doll didn't get finished. But about a week before going on holiday, I decided to repurpose the circuit into a garage guard, or as I decided to name it in true Peltzer style, the Garage Gremlin. The plan is this. Someone comes into range, the Garage Gremlin detects them. It warns them verbally that they've been detected and sends a message via telegram that a detection has been made. If it continues to detect someone, it keeps sending a message every 30 seconds until it can finally send an all clear message. The brain of the module is an unbranded ESP32C3. The eyes of the gremlin are an LD2410 radar. Its mouth is just a generic MP3 player. Coupled up to a little speaker. So this is the basic box layout in Tinkercad. Obviously it's a very simple one, this one, because it just has the one cutout for the radar sensor. It's probably a completely unnecessary step, but I do like to mock up the circuit as it's going to be in the box. I just find that it saves a lot of hassle later on. When I've made the basic box itself, I'll use this circuit to work out the little supports that are needed inside. And as you can see, the reason for the mock-up, it just means that these supports are going to fit perfectly to all the little bits without messing about really. The way I justify it is that if I'm going to be spending a few hours 3D printing something, I'd rather get it right first time by spending a bit more time at this stage, rather than wasting printing time and filament and everything, having to print one out, find that it's wrong, do a revision, print the next bit out. This just makes it easier. Because I make the lid when I make the box itself, this also helps with cutting out where the holes need to be for anything that pokes through the lid. In this case, it's just the one hole for the radar sensor. I know there's probably one or two of you sitting there saying, yeah, but the radar can see through a millimetre of plastic without any problem. Purely for the aesthetics on this one, I just wanted to have the radar visible through the hole. So I'm going to do the front sticker label for the box now, and yes, I am using an old version of Photoshop. This is CS2, and to be honest, it does everything that I need it to do. I don't need anything fancy from Photoshop or anything like that. So after the box has been 3D printed, I'll put the lid on the scanner and just scan that in, and that just gives me a good outline of where all the holes need to be on the sticker. Obviously I've got the size set for the same physical size of it as well. So I've got the text already created, so I'll just copy that over. And obviously I'll position it and resize it. I hide the top layer there because obviously it's a black background with black text. And there we go. Now this is my little Kaput logo. He's appearing on a lot of things lately. And there we go. That's essentially what I want from the label. So because I'm using a Cricut machine to cut out the label, I'm over in the software here, just uploading the image into their design software. Have to admit, not a massive fan of the software. There's quite a few things that could change to make it better. But, you know, it is what it is. A little check in notepad there because I'd quickly just jot the measurements into that and resize it. And now we're going on to the cutting stage. If you've never seen a cricut being used, basically you've got to put your medium, such as your sticker paper, onto a sticky mat, and that feeds into the machine. You do your print, obviously. When it sets up your print, it puts little marks on the corners of the design, which it then senses to get the orientation perfect, allegedly, when it comes to cut it out. At this point, it's doing a little bit of setup with the machine. It's checking that you've put the mat in, that the mat's there, that there isn't any problems. It's checking the tool, and here we go with the actual cut. So there it goes, sensing the corner markers. Probably takes it longer to do this part than it does the actual cutting when you've got something this size. Now it's just having a quick check on what tool you've got in the machine itself. I'm just using a standard cutting blade here. And there it is, all done. And so I'm just going to pop the sticker onto the front here. And yes, there is a definite change in picture quality because somehow the batteries run out on the other camera.
You have been detected and your movements are being monitored. An alert has been sent. The alert has been responded to and someone is on their way. You are advised to leave immediately. No further warnings will be given.
And that's it. That's the Garage Gremlin. I do hope you've enjoyed watching there. Bye now.